Hello, dear aspirants. Today was the prelims exam, and I know many of you found the question paper very surprisingly different. I mean, if I give an overall view, I think you have seen too many observations, so I won't take away a lot of your time. I'll be discussing the questions on science and technology and associated areas of current affairs. The question paper was definitely not the way they have been asking. In fact, it kind of gave a feeling of state PCS. There was a lot of factual data, which is generally not a norm in UPSC syllabus. And when it comes to the science and technology, there were a few things that were remarkable. One, again, the focus on green fuel or clean fuel, electric vehicles, fuel technology, it was there. Battery based questions were there. There were questions on plastic and different types of hazardous chemicals. So there were few things which were predictable, which I think you might recall also during our discussions. I used to say that hydrogen as a fuel, green fuel, clean energy is always going to be a theme, or whether it is in the part of science and technology or environmental ecology or current affairs, you can take the pick. But you will notice that this has been a perennial theme in this particular exam. Now, without further ado, let us discuss the questions. I'll be sharing the my 2 cents on the questions that have been asked on science and technology. My name is Karuna Mishra, and I've been teaching UPSC aspirants for nearly 8 years now. I've been associated with Prep as well. This is your question paper, and in this question paper, as you can see, let me take you to the questions that I am concerned with. So this is set B. If you have set B, then great for you. Now, in the set B, uh, the first question that you have here is about the electric vehicles. And in this question, they are talking about the alternate electric vehicles. So when they are talking about the alternate electric vehicles, they are basically trying to frame a question about the possibilities. So let me give you a little context कि ये question आया कहाँ से. सबसे पहले full battery electric vehicles, hydrogen fuel vehicles, then fuel cell electric hybrid vehicles, etc. The answer to this is all three. All of these are correct statements. अब ये question बना के what was the reason for them to frame this question? What is the logic that goes behind? सबसे पहले European Union has declared that it shall remove all the fossil fuel based vehicles from its region, and they aim to do it by 2030, at most by 2055. So then of course the Tata Motors and India's different agencies are also kind of pursuing this road of converting the combustion or internal combustion, waste vehicles to the electric vehicles. So the full battery, the hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, as well as the fuel cell electric hybrid vehicles, all of them are part of the alternate powertrain vehicles. Now, next is with reference to UAVs, also called the drones. Consider the following statement. Now, what we saw as part of Pahalgam attacks response Operation Sindoor, the offensive by India and Pakistan, and how India used its air defense system, how Pakistan was using drones, etc. So it is basically, I can see that there is a reason why they would have put a question like that. Now, all types of UAVs can do vertical landing. No, not all types of UAVs are not able to do the vertical landing. In fact, these are the recent UAVs, also called multi-role UAVs, which have the capability of vertical landing. All types of UAVs, so this is a wrong statement. All types of UAVs can do automated hovering mode. Again, the sophisticated UAVs that we had a 4 billion deal with USA, in which we plan on purchasing UAVs, and they have the capability of doing the automated hovering. All types of UAVs can use battery only as source of power. No. In fact, there are hydrogen fueled UAVs as well, which are going to be, although this is a norm, generally, this is a wrong statement, but yes, generally, if you talk about UAVs, they are battery operated, and this is one of the reasons why they cannot operate for a very long time. But that does not mean that you cannot have UAVs which function without the battery operation as well. So the answer to this is D. Now, next, in the context of Coming to the next question. In the context of electric vehicles, as we can see, we had the first question that was based on electric vehicles. This is second question. On the in the context of EVs, batteries consider the following elements. The elements are cobalt, graphite, lithium, and nickel. And they are asking how many of these usually are used for the making up of battery cathodes. So for battery cathodes, you basically use cobalt, lithium. These are the known uh, sources. So you have cobalt and lithium. Cobalt is used, lithium is used, nickel is used, graphite is rather used as anode. So out of these three, cobalt, lithium is the most common, but cobalt, nickel, even iron can be used as the cathode, but the anode is graphite. It is the graphite which is used as anode. So the answer to this question shall be C. Now coming to the next question. In the next question, the next question that talks about the plastic. So you have the cigarette butts, eyeglass lenses, car tires, all the three. The answer is C. All the three are the sources of plastic. Then you have for the question number 4, the answer is C. Consider the following substances: ethanol, nitroglycerine, urea. Which of these can be used or can be produced by using coal gasification? Now, for this, I would want to share um, the different ways of coal gasification. So now this is the question, as you can see here. So you have the ethanol, you have nitroglycerin, you have urea. You cannot make nitroglycerin with the help of the coal gasification process, but urea is a very, very prominent, the most prominent byproduct is urea. Ethanol is not a direct product, right? Ethanol directly नहीं बनता, not direct. But ethanol can be produced by using the byproducts and syngas. Syngas जो आती है आपकी synthetic gas बनती है. So आपकी syngas is basically carbon monoxide and hydrogen. And carbon monoxide and hydrogen together are used to create ethanol. So can they be produced by gasification? Yes. Can nitroglycerin be produced? No. Nitroglycerin directly coal gasification से linked नहीं. Then you have urea. Yes, urea is produced very well. H2 which is sourced from the syngas, ये जो आपकी H2 है, इसको हम we use it and then we use it for making urea. So the answer to this question will be how many are produced? The answer is only 2. Now, next question. What is the common characteristics of chemical substances generally known as Cl20, HMX, LNM? अब ये तो बिल्कुल पूरे टाइम यूज में था. The answer is B. Explosives and military weapons, and this was, especially with the kind of unrest that was happening in the country in the recent years, with context to India, Pakistan, and the possible explosives. So this has been in news for some time. Obviously, if you have not read too much into the newspaper, this was a tricky question. I won't call it a simple question. This was a tricky question. Next. Consider the following statement. It is expected that Mojorana one chip, when Microsoft released this chip, it was kind of a revolution. It was the quantum computing chip that was released. So yes, the first statement is true that it can enable quantum computing. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning. Yes, deep learning is a subset of machine learning. In fact, we have done it very deeply in our current affairs and other classes as well. So this is also statement correct. No, Amazon Web Service did not release it. It was Microsoft which released it. So this is an incorrect statement. So the answer would be 1 and 3. Now, with reference to monoclonal antibodies often mentioned in the news, consider the following statement. Are these man-made proteins? They stimulate immunological function due to their ability to bind to specific antigens. They are used in treating viral infections like Nipah virus. It's not just Nipah virus. All the three statements are correct. First of all, these are man-made, lab-made proteins. These are the proteins. Antibodies in itself are man-made or are themselves proteins, and these are man-made proteins. So our body creates natural proteins. These are man-made proteins. They stimulate immunological function due to their ability to bind to specific antigens. That is basically the job of antibodies. So antibodies का काम क्या होता है? They bind themselves with certain antigens in order to kill them or remove them. Can they be used for viruses? Not just viruses, they can also be used for cancers. So monoclonal antibodies, in fact, was also used during COVID. There were tests, there were ways of finding cure to the COVID by the use of antibodies. So yes, this is some additional information. It can be used for cancer as well. It is used to enhance or mimic the immune system's ability to attack unwanted cells. So not just viruses, of course, viruses are there, but can also treat severe issues such as cancer. So the answer to this is 1, 2, and 3. Now, question number 9. No virus can survive in ocean water. No virus can infect bacteria. No virus can change the cellular transcriptional activity in the host cell. First of all, no virus can infect bacteria? No. If you have done even basic reading of biotechnology, whether by me or any other teacher, they will tell you that it is the viruses attacking bacteria, which is the base of the CRISPR technology. So this is incorrect. Viruses cannot survive in ocean water, obviously wrong. Viruses, in fact, can survive in any kind of environment. This is also wrong. How many statements are correct? Now, this no virus can change the cellular transcription activity. No, this is basically the job of virus, to change the activity. So this is also an incorrect statement. So the answer is D. Now, coming to the next set of questions, you have another question which I think is question number 19, which is from the science and technology. Let me just show you the question. All right. So you have question number 9. In the question number 9, now this is a tricky question. I think nobody is prepared for a question like this. These questions are in itself, big bouncers because you can guess about one, two. How do you guess about all the five? So you have one question which is cassava. This is absolutely correct. This is a woody shrub. Cassavas, in fact, are one of the major, starch-based products. They are also used for making bioethanol. आपका साबूदाना देखिए आप कैसे बनता है, तो you can read further into it. Then ginger, of course, it is a herb with pseudo stem. It develops a pseudo stem. Then Malabar spinach, yes, it is a herbaceous climber. This is also correct. Then you have mint, which is an annual shrub. Now this is incorrect. Mint is not an annual shrub. Papaya is a woody shrub. Many people consider papaya as a tree, but papaya is not a tree. It is a woody shrub. So going by this, you have four pairs which are correctly matched. If I go by the language of the question says that which of these pairs are correctly matched. So the pairs which are correctly matched are only four. The answer to this question is B. Now coming to the next questions. Next set of questions which are again together is from question number 54. And this is rather slow. All right. Now the question is on Gagan, GPS aided geo-augmented navigation. It is used. It uses a system of ground stations to provide necessary augmentation. Which of the following statements are correct with respect to Gagan? I think even when there was a question on the change of the toll collection in the mains of 2024, we discussed it. And even in our last minute current affairs, I think there was something we discussed on the lines of the Gagan. So it basically says that it is designed to provide additional accuracy and integrity. It will allow more uniform and higher quality air traffic management. It will provide benefits only in aviation, but not in other modes of transport. So this is true because even with the Airport Authority of India, you have a dedicated program which is for improving air traffic management. So this is absolutely correct. Then you have it is designated to provide additional accuracy and integrity. This is also absolutely correct. So the answer to this is actually 1 and 2. No, not just this. In fact, toll collection in future will be done with the help of GPS enablement. Then you have the AI Summit, question number 55. Considering the following statements regarding AI Action Summit held in Grand Palais, I hope I'm pronouncing it correct, Paris in February 2025, what was it about? So basically, it was co-chaired with India. The event builds on advances made at the Bletchley Park Summit held in 2023 in Seoul. Along with other countries, US and UK also signed a declaration. See, even if we don't know anything, just remember that USA, UK rarely, especially USA, does not sign declaration. According to me, the answer should be E. Now, question number 61. Consider the following statements. Now, some rare earth elements are used in manufacturing of flat television screens and computer monitors. Then you have some rare elements have phosphorescent properties. So what basically देखो इसको ऐसे समझते हैं पहले आपकी कैथोड रे ट्यूब टेलीविजन होती थी and then they changed over the time and first came the LCDs, then came the LEDs for flat screen. Now you have to understand in the electronics industry in order to produce different colors and lights you use different elements, and since they had the ability to glow whenever electricity was passed through that or light was passed through that, that was responsible for creating such high definition televisions. So are some rare earth elements used in manufacturing? Yes, not just flat TVs, but in any display material. So इसकी जगह टेलीविजन की जगह कोई भी स्क्रीन आप लगा दीजिए, आपकी स्मार्ट वॉच लगा दीजिए, आपका फोन का स्क्रीन लगा दीजिए. In this question, the statement is be correct, will be correct, and this is also a good explanation. So I think according to me, this should be the correct answer. Now, question number 63. In question number 63, which of the following is missions support microgravity, the concept of microgravity. So basically, all these three are based on microgravity. How beyond the gravitational pull, even microgravity plays a role, keeping the outer uh, objects in place, the way they are orbiting in their orbits. Another. Well, question number 64. I would consider this as again a difficult question because you don't get into detail with each aircraft, but this has been seen that in previous years also they are asking you about the aircraft, very particularly about the aircraft. So you have the Dornier 228. I think this is Germany based aircraft and it is used for marine petroleum. Yes, this is absolutely correct. Then you have Globe Master 3. This is also a military aircraft. This is also correct. But IL-76, which is a Russia-based, this is a turbofan aircraft. It is not a supersonic combat aircraft. This is not correct. So the answer is only 2.